We're back on Let's Have It Out. On the line, we have Mike calling from Newlands. What is your question, Mike?
Hi, good evening, and good evening to your guests. What a very interesting debate. My question is this. I'm essentially a capitalist at heart, and I believe in getting the best person for the job. What I loved about America and Americans is they voted in Obama he was a black guy, but a minority, I think 14% of the population of USA, but they believed he was the best man for the job, so he got the job. What is going wrong with our country in South Africa? I can't figure out. My question is this, based on the Obama story, why is it taking so long, say, for blacks and women to break through into the construction industry, for example? We're 24 years into our new dispensation, yet we just seem to be having to enforce BEE and all these other... Why are we just not voting people in on excellence? Because I don't believe companies vote people in on colour. I think they vote people in on somebody who can make the best contribution and ensure that the company remains profitable for both the employees and the shareholders. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Kolosa?
Thank you, Mike, for that question. Very good question, a very relevant question, I must say. So to answer your question, research will show you that in recent years, let's say the last 5 to 8 years, 8 to 5 years, there hasn't been a decrease in the number of women, and in particular black women, who study construction studies, property studies, engineering courses, but there hasn't been enough of them who remain in the industry because of the culture of the industry, because of the image of the industry, because of the challenges in the industry. It's a tough industry. Yeah. It's a tough industry, so we're getting graduates coming out, but we're not getting graduates staying in the industry. So they'll move into softer services like facilities management, they'll move into banking, they'll move into other industries, but not staying within the industry. So we're getting educated people, they're just not staying in the industry because it's proving to be non-conducive. It's becoming even more challenging now.
Are we doing enough to actually build capability and ensure that people are confident in terms of what they do so that they can sustain and actually would stand the pressure, because there is a high pressurizing environment if you look at construction, for example?
It is. I think we've done enough to promote education in the sector. Yeah. We've done enough to promote the education side. I think there's still a whole lot more we can do. Yeah. Because if you look at certain aspects of within the engineering and certain types of engineerings, there's been a decrease in the number of people that studied, but overall we've seen an increase in graduates. But we need to do something about the sector itself to make it more conducive for women to stay within the sector.
Sorry, we're running out of time, Kolosa. Thank you very much for joining me. Unfortunately, time was just too short. But thank you, and all the best on your PhD.
No, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. Absolute great conversation. We can actually continue it on my talk show.
Oh, thank you.
Since it's such a topical one.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's been a